Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Also, remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roll if they need to reverse and only take a resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for, okay? So, the title of today's message is going to be Chutes and Ladders. So, happy Mars Day, okay? It is Mars Day. Today is the 11th. Yesterday was the 10th, okay? Monday the 10th. So you guys may remember me breaking down multiple times, the number 10. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you guys may remember me breaking down the number 10 multiple times, okay? I said all numbers lead back to 1. So the only difference between the 10 and the 1 is a choice. And obviously we've been talking a lot about karma. We've been talking a lot about karmic justice that is already being served and is being served. And so the message that I received is, though the destination is final, the choice of which path that they take remains, okay? Because like I said, there is life after life and there is also death after life. Both of those things are eternal and eternity is forever, okay? You may also remember that I mentioned the duat. So the duat is a realm split into two, describing the so-called heaven and hell. The duat was here before, the biblical terms of, heaven and hell, okay? So beyond duality though, there is no such thing as just black and white, like as we said before, right? Everything is color, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But beyond duality, right, everything resides on a spectrum or a gradient. So within the duat, you also have the in-between. Now, you may wonder, because you may remember that I also mentioned that, people who die, people who may have gotten, sacrificed, their souls stolen from them, how I mentioned that they were in the in-between, okay? So you may wonder how both the living and the dead live on the same plane and realm, yet you cannot see them. You cannot physically see them, but you can interact with them, or sometimes you can see them, okay? Because like I said, some of us do have the gift of seeing spirits, okay? So you can see them, you can feel them, you can hear them, you can smell them, okay? Now, so a sphere, and I'm specifically putting emphasis because, sometimes I don't emphasize my words, okay? So a sphere or a circle is continuous and therefore cannot be measured because it is not a line, it is a curve. And therefore everything existing inside of it is a curve as well. And this is why pi is an infinite number, okay? Now, pi starts with the number 3. The third planet from the sun is the Earth. It is simply an expression, and this is why you cannot figure it out. We have so many people who are trying to figure out, the Earth. There's the flat earthers, and then there's the Earth is round, etc., right? But it is just an expression, because like I said, everything in creativity, right? Even when I said, right, because light was spoken into existence, right? That is an expression. Something that you speak from your mouth is an expression. And therefore, Earth itself is simply an expression. Life itself is simply an expression that was created, okay? So, and this is why it cannot be figured out. Someone here, Tao or Taoism could be significant for someone here, okay? And I think I'm pronouncing that right, okay? If I'm not, I'm so sorry. And this is also why you cannot be figured out, okay? There are people who are trying to figure you out. And like I said, when you are someone who you embody consciousness or God frequency, etc., right? You cannot be figured out. And it is not that there are, necessarily different angles to look at you, because like we're talking about, you are a sphere, okay? And so when you shine light onto a sphere, it bends, okay? It bends. So in the game of life, you don't have to break rules to win. You bend them like a tightrope, creating elasticity or slack, giving yourself room and freedom, more options, okay? And now, one thing that I was hearing is, for someone, and just a slight trigger warning, okay? For someone, you may have lost someone, to suicide, okay? Who may have felt like they did not have options. I was also hearing, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember what it's called, but something about dignity. It's kind of like an act that they have for people who, are terminally ill, who go ahead and decide they kind of aid you in the death process, okay? It kind of quickens it up so that you can kind of choose. I guess you have the option of choice and to choose. So I was picking up on that, okay? But I was also getting that maybe someone felt like they have exhausted all their options, okay? Or someone is feeling like they have exhausted all their options. But I was also getting very much execution energy. Now, this does not have to be a literal execution, because I was kind of hearing this, symbolically as well, because I was thinking about the Salem witch trials, okay? Remember, we broke down witch, okay? So there are a lot of witches who are on trial who will be executed. This does not mean a literal execution, okay? This does not mean a literal execution. Now, however, if there is some, execution energy, like I said, that has been coming out, I think, for a while now, okay? But I am hearing that, okay? 101 is used for introductory courses, and the first lesson of life is understanding that it is a continuum and it begins and ends with you. This is something that I have mentioned previously, okay? So everything catches up to you and you cannot outrun yourself. For someone, track and field could be relevant for someone. One thing that I was also thinking about, right, is the number 11. So the number 11 very much looks like a path, okay? It also looks like windshield wipers, right? They help you to see clearly when it rains and storms so that you're not driving blind. Similar to the trials of life, okay? So when your emotions, right, your emotions are heavy, your emotions are taking over. Some people cannot think clearly, and that is why you do not make emotional decisions, okay? This is why you do not make decisions out of emotion. This is why you do not act out of emotion, okay? Why you should not let your emotions drive you. So like every planet, Mars has two rulers, okay? And today is, like I said, today is Tuesday, Mars Day, okay? So like every planet, Mars has two rulers, fire and water. And it's a question of what is most important to you, the desires of your heart or the desires of your soul. And you may remember that I told you guys in the 2024 video, I said to follow the desires of your soul, not simply your heart, because your heart is not always in the right place, especially when it is broken, okay? When you lose sight of yourself and are driven by your desire to have what others possess, you become the possession and slave to yourself because your morals have gone out the window. What I was getting is that someone could not control their own envy, and with fire and water, you get steam. So this is literally manifesting their anger and evil thoughts towards you, okay? So your spirit is so high, okay? Your spirit is so high. Your spirit is so potent, okay? Your spirit is like literally, it feels like fire, and it is so aggravating. It is so aggravating, and it irritates these people, okay? It irritates these people. And so what I was getting is that, like I said, because remember, we're talking about spirits, we also talking about spirits like alcohol, okay? So your spirit is so high that they black out and forget what they're doing. So this is essentially someone driving drunk. This is essentially someone driving drunk with no headlights on, okay? No headlights. They're not thinking. They are literally acting all out of emotion, okay? They are overtaken by a spirit that just feels so envious towards you, okay? This is what happened. So you are their worst nightmare come true, and every seed they plant against you manifests against them. The question they must ask themselves is, when you are planted in the dirt, do you want a flower to grow or a weed that will eventually be whacked? Naked you came and naked you shall leave. So make sure you like what you see underneath. This is their only two options, right? Because when we're talking about tightrope, it's like they have spread themselves so thin that they have no options. They have no choices. This could be medically for someone as well, okay? Because we have had a lot of medical issues coming out. And now, like I said, because this is also, for some of you, you have made peace, okay? You have already made peace with, you know, the fact that, I don't know, maybe you could be coming to some sort of ends, or people around you, you know, are passing away, and maybe they are at peace with that decision. Like I said, the quicker that you accept your fate, the more peaceful that it will be, right? So it's kind of like, and when you are exhausting on trying to change an outcome, trying to change a decision, when you are resisting against it, you are making things more painful for yourself. This is a question that everyone has to ask themselves all throughout life, right? Because like I said, you know, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, right? So everything gets returned back into the earth. And so you have to think about, what do you want to leave behind? You know, what do you want to be remembered for? And especially because we were talking about, you know, people planting, maybe, you know, someone wants to be cremated and created into a flower. But like I said, right, your spirit, all of that energy that was within you is going back into the earth. So then it's like, what do you want them to see, right? Do you want the flower to die, or do you want it to flourish and grow so they can have something to remember you by? Because if it just dies, that's just like you died twice, okay? This is as sweet as it gets. This is as sweet as this deal is going to get. So for them, it's like deal or no deal. And don't sleep on it, because your life is on the line and you ain't gonna get another lifeline. This is it. So you have to decide, do you want life after life, or do you want death after life? Either way, you are leaving this life and this world behind. Okay? And that's it. There are no other options. Those are your two options, okay? Beyond that, I'm going to go ahead and give off some additional challenge, and then, yeah, I'm going to close this out, okay? For someone here, you could either like or you teach science and math, or someone here, you could just be a teacher in general. Whew. Okay, you could be a spiritual teacher, okay? You are just someone who is naturally a teacher, okay? So this doesn't mean that you have to be, you know, you have to have some sort of accreditation or anything like that, but teacher is relevant here. Or you can also be an instructor, some sort of instructor, okay? But someone could be a groundskeeper at a cemetery, or you work in the mortuary. Initials R, H, S, K, M, and C are significant, as well as the name Mitch or Mitchell, Tori or Lori. The movie Thor is relevant for someone here, and I was getting a sibling rivalry. Okay, so some of you may be dealing with some sort of sibling rivalry, And like I said, only take a resonates, okay? So I don't want you guys to be paranoid about, oh my God. Like, you will obviously either sense something or know something already, okay? So if this is something that you haven't picked up on, I'm not talking about you, okay? Please do not go and start creating, problems in your family, etc. Don't go thinking, your family's after you and against you, okay? So this is only for who it is meant for. Only take it if it resonates, please. Someone here, you could be a DC fan, or you are from DC, or the initial CD is significance, or a CD could be significant for someone for some reason, okay? The name Victor, as well as the month of October, but also just the number 10 is highly significant, okay? It is highly significant here, okay? Yes, also, I was picking up on someone crying or sobbing, thinking about everything they have done, possibly ashamed at their own behavior. And it's like this person has become unrecognizable to themselves. But it's not simply they are unrecognizable to themselves, but also, people around them could be thinking that they are just unrecognizable. It's almost like, what happens? Like, where did something go wrong? You know what I mean? They are unable to look at themselves and their own reflection without having negative thoughts. And it's like this person or people, they broke their own heart, okay? The name Toby could be significant for someone. Hold on. Yes. The name Toby could be significant for someone. Ooh, Toby. I just heard Pretty Little Liars, okay? Pretty Little Liars, the show Pretty Little Liars. And ooh, oh my gosh. And I was picking up on this, but I was kind of getting almost the feeling of friendship built on a lie, okay? And it's like obviously, and I am thinking of some specific people, two specific people actually, but it's almost like, of course you would be so close when you literally have a lie that you have to take to the grave with you, okay? So that is something that I'm picking up on. Did not think about that, okay? Michigan is significance for someone. Also, I was picking up on a child molester, okay? But there is a child who has either completed the healing process. Obviously, healing does take time, but the ritual was successful, okay? And I'm so happy. So I'm wishing you and your little one the best, okay? I love that, and I'm so grateful. So for some of you, this could also be your inner child that may be healing from some sort of abuse that you have suffered from in the past, okay? The show Rick and Morty is significant, okay? Rick and Morty, British Columbia, Santa Barbara, San Diego, March and May. Someone could be born March 5th. Someone here, you could be 35 years old, 22 years old, or you could be born on the 22nd. 5-3 is significant. Gemini and Leo is also significant. The next thing I'm going to say is what I previously kind of already mentioned and said, but someone is binded in a karmic contract for not thinking before acting or not being able to contain what they were really feeling and thinking. Like I said, their judgment and ending is final. However, they have the option to choose eternal life or eternal death, okay? Someone could have recently trimmed their hair or needs a trim. Locks are significant, as well as Dominican Republic, Kentucky, okay? Corn on the cob, Clovis. Someone could live near lots of hills and mountains. Ooh. My left eye was burning again. So for someone, I don't know, if you're in the public eye or something, it's getting harder for someone to watch you, okay? It's getting harder for someone to watch you because like I said, there is something very, very significant about your eyes, okay? But not only that, eyes are the soul. Yeah, eyes are the soul. And kind of, it's almost giving the feeling of, when I said, the corrupt, the impure, like they would literally die in the presence of God. It's almost giving the same thing, right? To watch you literally kills them. And it's almost because, yes, but to watch you literally kills them, okay? It literally kills them. So I'm gonna just leave that there, okay? I'm gonna leave that there, and if it's for you, you'll know what I mean. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yes. And remember when I said, okay, so this person, and I'm wearing green. Oh my gosh. Okay, green. Okay, someone is very, very envious. Okay, so like I said, someone reacts out of envy to a lot of things. And it's like this person is green with envy. This could also be someone who is very money hungry, okay? Very money hungry. And it's like kind of what I'm getting is every time they look at you, they get envious. And it's like their rage takes over, okay? Their rage takes over. And it's like they're trying to, I'm going to get into this later, but it's kind of like they are upset. Like maybe they feel like, their prayers are not being answered because this is going to come out down here, okay? And like I said, prayers do be going up and I do have to constantly go ahead and reiterate certain things in the message, okay? But that is one thing that was coming out. So it's like they are just very, very upset that either something is not working, but they also, this is something that they just look at people with envy, okay? So they could have spewed this energy towards a lot of people when they have these blackouts, okay? So I'm sorry now if one eye is looking different than the other one, because that shit was burning. Okay, but anyways, Las Vegas is significant, as well as cliff diving. So someone could like to cliff dive. I was also hearing something about a locksmith. So you could be a locksmith, or maybe you have recently had to, I don't know, hire a locksmith for some reason, or go see a locksmith. Also, the Cosby Show could be relevant. So yes, so someone is upset or keeps getting angry because they are searching or seeking something but continue to get the same answer, because they are still the same, and though they are going through forced and rapid changes, they are incapable of changing, okay? I was also getting that someone could be going to get like multiple opinions from doctors to see if they give a different opinion, but they all say the same thing, okay? So it's like they have no options. So similar to this video, they just have no options, and people just keep telling them like you have no options. Like you kind of just need to kind of accept your fate at this point. Someone could have a cat named Mitts or Mittens. Lotus flower is significant, okay? Yes, lotus flower is significant. Someone could be a child care provider. Someone may own or owns a colt. And when I say colt, I mean the horse, okay, just in case. Yeah, a horse named Misty, okay? Or the air may be very brisk where you are, or maybe someone likes drinking brisk. Someone may be 53 years old. You could also be a Colts fan, okay? A Chevy vote is relevant, okay? Also, Chevy's restaurant, okay? So you may have gone to Chevy's restaurant, or Chevy's restaurant is significant for some reason. I was also hearing Colby Jack, Cheddar Jack, and Swiss cheese. Someone's name could be Jack, okay? But yes, I was also hearing you may be having cravings, okay? I was hearing lobster, crab, seafood boil. Someone may be missing home, possibly. I was picking up on Mississippi, or maybe you are just from the South, okay? And also, as well as Switzerland. I'm also hearing live music, okay? Live music. Someone may have relocated or moved across country, or you may have a visitor, okay? And I mean this in two ways. So you can have someone who passed on that is visiting you, and your cravings are a sign from them, or this could be a spirit baby saying what's good, okay? Or maybe you are literally pregnant, okay? And your baby got some taste and standards. Like, child, they about to level you up, is what I was hearing. You might have a little Chef Boyardee on your hands, okay? I was also hearing ribs, okay? Someone could be crib shopping, crisscross, or you sit crisscross often, okay? Ooh, okay. Oh shit, okay. Someone could be crippled. Someone could be crippled, but I was also hearing, okay, crip as in like, I don't know, like crip, like the gang, okay? But yeah, so crisscross, I meant the hip hop duo, and then yes, or you sit crisscross often, maybe you be meditating or whatever. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. If this message was helpful to you in some way, if you enjoyed my message, if you enjoyed my energy and my content, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll see you guys on next time. Bye, love you all.